how HubSpot and Sales Navigator can work together in today's year. Now, for everybody who is not aware of all the major changes and updates that is happening in Sales Navigator, I think this is little too early, but Sales Navigator is releasing the agentic features within the Sales Navigator, which is very powerful, and I've seen it from my own eyes. I think things are going to change very fast. Okay, and HubSpot and LinkedIn Sales Navigator together will now become a very powerful tool. Okay. So if you are not thinking about it, start thinking around these lines. Okay. HubSpot is becoming a GTM automation tool. As I said, it was a CRM tool, then it became an inbound tool, and now it is becoming a GTM automation tool. Right. So HubSpot has inbuilt CRM feature. HubSpot has inbuilt marketing features, which is super good, right? Because that was already there, and then they are adding agentic AI on top of it. So things are moving very fast. So they have life cycle, they have scoring, they have segmentation, they have list, all of that inbuilt. Right now, you can leverage that and create your own system very fast rather than creating something custom. Sales Navigator, on the other end, is known for its buyer intelligence and committee mapping. It was already there, so there is a buyer intelligence and committee mapping. Okay, now that can also be combined to HubSpot. Okay, for example, if you're looking for a buyer intelligence, for example, all the companies who are on the upward cycle of hiring, right, within this particular industry, and they are using this particular tech stack. For example, they are into e-commerce and they're using a Shopify, and they are upward, they are hiring on upward trend. The hiring is on the upward trend. So that's a buyer intelligence. That means this company is an e-commerce company selling on Shopify, and they are hiring a lot of people. Okay, fine. If you have product and service that you want to sell it to these kind of companies, then you can do the committee mapping also within HubSpot, right? So you can build a committee mapping. You can, create a complete committee of decision makers within the LinkedIn, and then you can map it with your HubSpot, right? Now, technically, how is it going to do that? I know there's a little bit of a question that come up. Hey, is LinkedIn creating any API for direct integration with HubSpot? The answer is no. I don't think so. As of now, LinkedIn is willing to share the data with CRMs like HubSpot. But as a sales rep, as an SDR, we do what we do, right? Sometimes we just download the data, and upload the data into HubSpot and all of that. But a lot of stuff can be automated in this area as well. So I'm not going into the technicalities right now. We will get into the technicalities, but the buyer intelligence feature in Sales Navigator plus the committee mapping is a super good feature. It can be mapped to HubSpot target audience. If you can just go ahead and show it to you. So the target audience can be mapped. So if you go to HubSpot target accounts, so you can map the buyer intelligence and the committee mapping to the target account. For example, this is my target account. Okay. So I'm managing my target account. So this is all these companies are my tier 1 companies. Okay. This is my active client. This is my past client. Right. So this is a lead for me. So I'm mapping it. Right. And then I can, do an ABM around it. Right. I can, if this is a past customer, then I can go back to this particular company and say, hey, you know what, you have worked with us in the past. We have rolled out new services. Why don't you, try to check it out, right? And if there is a lead out there, then I can do a agentic research. Make sense? So we will do these sessions in the coming days where practically we will show you how we do that. Okay, and then you'll be able to do it in your end as well. So things are very exciting. Trust me. So this is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the buyer intelligence and committee mapping it to the target accounts within HubSpot, right? If you can do that, it becomes super powerful, right? So let's move on to the next question. So as you can see, before we move on to the next question, the visual representation is the HubSpot has the signal and the workflow. LinkedIn Sales Navigator has the buyer and the intelligence. Okay, and SDR can combine the two and create a multi-thread action to book meetings. That's the power of it, right? So HubSpot has the signals and workflow. This is the inbuilt feature of HubSpot now. And Sales Navigator has the buyers, obviously your target audience, and the buyer intelligence. Super good. If you combine these two, it becomes a powerful tool, right? So if you go to HubSpot here, if I can just quickly show you on the buyer intent. So HubSpot has the buyer intent, right? So HubSpot has the visitor intent. HubSpot has the research intent, right? You can do a research as well. Okay, so I am doing a little bit of research and I can run an agentic AI on this particular area as well. So I'm doing a little bit of research on these accounts, right? While I do research, these accounts are coming up, showing up through HubSpot, right? So I can do more research around these accounts. They can become my potential, what do you say, client. And then there are other signals as well. Okay, so HubSpot is providing all these features, super good features. Do the research, map it with the LinkedIn Sales Navigator, and see the magic happen. Okay, all right. So let's move on to the next one. How does GTM Engineering use HubSpot lifecycle stages? That's an interesting question. This is a little technical question for everybody who is not aware what HubSpot lifecycle stages is. Obviously, a lead goes through a certain stage to become a customer. So, for example, you're becoming a lead and then becomes a marketing qualified lead and then sales qualified lead and then deal and then it becomes a customer, right? So that's what life cycle stages is. These are standard HubSpot life cycle stage I'm talking about. Obviously, in your business and in your industry, things might change a little bit. But this is practically what I just talked about is practically used across industries when it comes to B2B. So life cycle becomes an area brain. So there are certain, you know, prospects who will be at different stages. So if I can go back and just show you what I already showed you. Okay. When it comes to ABM and target account, you see, these are the life cycle stage, right? So this company is an active client. I'm sorry, I should not be showing that, but this is the past client. This is a lead. This is a customer, and like so on. So, based on the life cycle stage, you can segment and then you can target and you can, create messaging personalization accordingly, right? So life cycle becomes an ABM brain in many ways, right? Stage trigger can be ads. For example, if the company is a lead, then I can just add this particular one to LinkedIn audience. Okay, I can add it to an ideal customer profile and then push that particular company to LinkedIn ads, and I can run ads because they have become a lead. So there's a good chance if they see my ad on LinkedIn, they can take the next step, right, and become a deal, right? So that's one thing. Then I can trigger sequences, obviously. Okay, so I can just select a lead and then I can trigger a specific sequence. I can put them into a particular workflow. Okay, I'm not going to do that right now. We'll create a session around that as well. Okay, I will add it to an ideal customer profile, and then I create sequences on that as well, right? Then I can create SDR alerts. I can create tasks and meetings for SDR to take action, and I can also do deal escalation, right? So within the deal, I can put certain escalation, or so I can send certain emails to uh, certain SDRs working on a particular deal, and I can take the next step. So HubSpot lifecycle stage is a very critical element when it comes to ABM. Whether the prospect is a lead or whether the prospect is a customer matters a lot in so many different decision making. So HubSpot lifecycle stage plays a very crucial role. Okay, and it ensures that it aligns the timing across all the touch points. Okay, so lead becomes an QL SQL opportunity customer, and based on certain stage that they are in, you can trigger certain agentic workflows. Okay, you can trigger ads, you can trigger outreach, you can trigger a deal operation. Okay, so you can create this entire HubSpot logic engine based on HubSpot lifecycle stages. So all of that is possible. It's a little tricky at times, and it depends business to business. Obviously, that is where a company like us comes into the play. It requires a little bit of work before you actually do that, but it's totally worth it. right?